When Cern fires, the world changes, and doors open that should have stayed closed. There's moments in every great myth when man goes too far. He reaches too high. He changes the natural world to such an extent that things come through from the other side. But that's just a story, right? Just ancient warning tales from people who didn't understand science. What if they understood more than what we think? On September 10th, 2008, the most powerful machine in human history was turned on. Beneath the soil of Switzerland and France, 17 miles of magnetized tunnels, particles fired at nearly the speed of light, simulating the moment of creation itself. And the world held its breath. They told us it was safe. They told us it was controlled. But since that moment, reports have been stacking up. People remembering a past that never existed. Logos changed. Land masses shifted. Memory wrong. And all around the world, people whisper the same thing. Something's not right. In this episode of Hollow Light, we dive into the Large Hadron Collider and what might have been unleashed when it fired. We'll look at dimensional theories, real witness accounts, and ancient prophecies that warned us not to pull at the seams of creation. Because maybe when Cern fires, the world changes. I'm J-Rod, and this is Hollow Light, where the veil is thin, the stories begin. What is Cern, really? Cern stands for Conseil Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It's the most advanced particle physics lab on the planet, where scientists smash protons together at near light speeds inside a 17-mile tunnel buried beneath the countryside. They're chasing answers to creation itself. They've discovered the Higgs boson, the so-called God particle. They want to understand matter, gravity, and time. But here's where it gets weird. Why does Cern sit on the site of an ancient temple to Apollo, the god of destruction and illumination? Why is the courtyard adorned with a towering statue of Shiva, the Hindu god of cosmic destruction? Are these just cultural nods or quiet admissions? Because when you look back into ancient texts, when you ask old faiths and prophets what happens when humans mess with the edges of creation, they don't talk about particles. They talk about portals. And modern physicists, some of them, have admitted that high-energy collisions could, in theory, produce microscopic black holes, exotic matter, even temporary breaches between dimensions. They're not saying it's likely, they're just saying it's possible. So if something did get through, could we feel it? Not in the tunnels beneath Switzerland, but in our memories, our surroundings, our reality. Mandela Effects and memory distortion. You're watching an old cartoon and suddenly something feels off. You swear it used to be Looney Tunes, not Looney Tunes. You remember Baron saying bears, not Berenstain. You remember Darth Vader saying, "Luke, I am your father." But now, it's all different. Welcome to the Mandela Effect. Named after the strange phenomenon where thousands of people remembered Nelson Mandela dying in a South African prison in the 1980s, decades before he actually passed in 2013, false memories or alternate timelines? That's the debate. Now, there are entire lists of changed memories, brands, books, geography, even anatomy. And here's where it gets even stranger. Mandela Effect reports spike immediately after major Cern collisions. Witness account 1, eye color shift.
I noticed from 2005 my parents' eye color has changed. My father used to have light blue eyes for 30 years or so, and ever since 2005, they've been green. I asked him about it, and he said he never had blue eyes.
Witness account 2, objects disappearing and reappearing.
Over the years, many of my personal items have disappeared and reappeared in the exact same spot a week or so later.
Skeptics say it's confabulation, faulty wiring in the brain. But believers say it's something deeper. That maybe Cern isn't just showing us particles, it's pushing us across timelines. Witness accounts, the shift felt around the world. Some glitches feel personal, others profound. People have reported waking up to clocks that run backward, maps with countries in the wrong place, family members with different memories, books and movies that didn't match their past. One woman swore her father had green eyes growing up. Now they're hazel, and always have been in photos and records. Even he denies they were ever green. A man working in a secure server farm claimed that he saw a hallway appear in real time that didn't exist on the building's blueprint. Then it disappeared a day later. Others have reported time slippage, deja vu loops, and full-blown existential panic after major Cern events. Could this machine be shaking reality itself? And if it is, how would we know? Faith, prophecy, and portals. If this were just science, maybe we would leave it there. But ancient faiths around the world have long warned about portals, hidden realms, and cosmic gates. In the Bible, we find Jacob's ladder, Ezekiel's wheels, even Paul, who speaks of being caught up into the third heaven. But one story stands out, the Tower of Babel. Mankind builds a structure to reach to the heavens, to force their way into the realm of God. God intervenes, confuses their language, scatters them, and shuts the door. Was Babel about pride or about mankind attempting to access something forbidden? Chuck Missler, Konya House, Christian prophecy scholar.
Cern's goal is to open gateways, literally to other dimensions. This isn't fiction. This is scientific ambition without spiritual discernment. The Bible speaks of gates, and some were shut by God Himself.
In the Book of Enoch, ancient watchers teach humans forbidden knowledge. It leads to the flood. In countless cultures, sacred gates were guarded. Veils were respected, not just because of what lay beyond them, but because of what might come through. Are we repeating a mistake as old as civilization? Light the lantern. So, what do we do with all this? The theories, the prophecies, the particles, the portals. Maybe it's not about panic. Maybe it's about preparation. Truth doesn't only live in textbooks. It lives in stories, in gut feelings, in sacred warnings. What's happening at Cern may be the bleeding edge of physics, or the rebirth of something ancient, something that once tore the world apart. But we're not here to fear it. We're here to watch it, to light the lanterns and walk into the dark with our eyes wide open. Thank you for joining me on this journey into alternate dimensions and the parallel realities of the Hollow Light. If this story has jostled a memory, made you squirm uneasily in your chair, or if you remember the cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo like I do, share your memory. I want to hear your story. And if you made it this far in the video, please post dark matter in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe for more tales from the Veil. God bless, stay prayed up, and remember, some lights are meant to guide you home, while others are warnings.